Okay, the season's over. Okay, how did you do picking the champion this time?
Well, I picked Blaney. He won the race. He just happened not to be in the final four. And I was right on one part of it, and I don't break your arm patting yourself on the back for getting it right.
I want to show you what my little...
Don't show me. Show the audience.
I didn't only pick the 5 to win. I picked 11 to run second, the 19 to run third, and the 24th to run fourth. You want to see that? Look at that.
I'd rather not see it because I'll hear it the rest of my life, I guess.
Okay. I think 72, 73 Dodge. It was probably the most natural race car we ever had.
Well, you run the 66 car 2 years and won 1,000 races in it. I don't know why you can overlook it, but the Dodge Charger through them series, it was a great car too. But you know, one other thing, Richard, in 64 we got a good body, stock body against the competitors, and then that Hemi engine. That was just about more than we can handle at Daytona.
Well, it took me a long time to learn to drive with that much horsepower.
I think you learned to hold your breath longer.
You know, it's really hard to say. I know none of the crew chiefs enough to know their personalities and how forceful they would be. We grew up with Dale, and I knew Dale, and we thought on the same scale because we came through when it first started, racing first started. So he understood me and I understood him. With anybody today, I would have to spend a lot of time with them to find out.
I don't know about this era. I'd have to have some awful good engineers to even be a crew chief now, and because my education's not up on the computers and everything. But I hate to choose one, but there's several out there. I'd probably say Blaney.
You know, when Winston was sponsoring everything, Winston Circuit, they were in the rodeo business also. So they had a place in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, that made belt buckles for the champions in the rodeo. So when they got into the cup racing, then they decided to give the champion a belt buckle. And so they was all made somewhere in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Do you have a belt buckle now?
I got some belt buckles from Winston, and I didn't know where they was made, so thank you, Richard, for informing me. And but what Winston done, it was first class for sure, wasn't it?
You know, I use all different kinds. We got some that are really paint pens. Then we got some that are watercolor deals. So it's according to what I'm signing, what kind of pen I use.
I don't sign near as many as Richard does, and I normally use a black Sharpie, and I've told people before if he's signing, don't stand still long because he'll sign you.
You know, I don't know that we ever really had an off season because quick as the season was over, we was getting ready for the next year, building a brand new car for Daytona, getting everything set up. The favorite part, I guess, was getting ready for Christmas and the kids. And I was always big on Christmas, so Christmas was the biggest thing beside racing that we had going.
Yeah, like Richard said, they wasn't no all season really. And our big preparation was spending the whole off season on getting ready for Daytona, because that was Richard's favorite track, and he always told us if we win it, we can win them all.
They've always had the champions of everything, and we grew up with Bob Wilbur, but Bob won the convertible championship and stuff, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. So, they got some guys that he should have been put in a long time ago. So he's our favorite one to go in next.
Yeah, I'm with Richard on Bob Wilbur, and they had I think 3.5 years of convertibles or something. The first year was very slack, but then all 3 years Bob won the convertible circuit, and some of the other drivers have got in, and some of their deeds was the convertible circuit, and he's certainly been overlooked. And he's even drove a car for Petty Enterprises at time, Richard, and he was a car owner, had a Chevrolet dealership, a factory team, and it was, I don't know, I just think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
I do the same thing in the off season as I do during the racing season. Nothing. Okay. We still go to the races naturally, but we still make appearances because we have some sponsor obligations personally and also with the team. So they keep me pretty busy.
Me and we spend our off time. I watch a lot of football, and it seems like everybody I pull for loses, so that's the way it's going right now. But we have to stay in a little bit more than we used to because it's cold. But I believe Richard could outsleep Rip Van Winkle, so he's pretty good on that.
I guess probably ham. I like ham probably better than I like the turkey. So, we get ham, green beans, corn, stuff like that. Just a regular, really, meal. And so, about half the family gets together for Thanksgiving. So, it's a big deal at the Petty compound.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's a big meal. On Mary's side of the family, my wife's, we usually get together at her home place, and everybody brings a little bit of stuff, and turkey dressing, if they can put that giblet gravy over it. I'm hoping I'm getting that right. that satisfies me.
There wouldn't be one rule. There'd be a bunch of rules. Okay. It's really hard to say what would really change the way racing is today. Would you change the way the point standing is? Would you change the way the race was run? Would you have a shorter race? There's so many things that I don't know how they're run to begin with. So it's hard for me to just walk in and say, hey, we need to change this.
Yeah, I'm with Richard. But they still have crowds, and I'm sure me and Richard trying to make the rules. We see just what's available for us to see, not behind the scene and everything that takes place, all the questions that's asked, all the complaints and everything. So really a loaded question.
That is a good question. Homestead's going to be to me, going to be a better racetrack to have a championship. But again, that's going to be the last race. We don't know how the championship deal is going to come down, because they're going to change the rules, I think, and not just have whoever wins the last race being a champion unless he's collected enough points or somewhere. So, and it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. I think the main deal is how the point standing goes. Then it wouldn't make any difference which racetrack you went to.
Yeah, I'm like Richard. If I had my druthers, I'd like to say the Petty Museum, Richard Petty Museum in Level Cross, North Carolina, because me and Richard both could make that.
I ain't never done no laundry unless I was dirty and jumped in the pool to get clean. That's the only laundry I do. Just seeing all them get together and letting them remember the fun and stuff they had with their grandmother, making trips, buying stuff they didn't need, just doing a lot of stuff, and it made me feel good that they enjoyed their grandmother so much that they still remember her every day.